Hello there, John. You might need that for the north of Scotland, but don't use it in England and Wales this week because you really will overheat. Plenty of weather on offer. It's happening already. A massive cloud up across the eastern side of England, a pretty wet start to the day there. More fronts now bringing cloud and rain into the southwest of England and Wales as we move on through the day. And this wodge of cloud out here, well, that's Monday's weather for the southern half of the British Isles. As I say, the wet weather in the east tied in with a set of fronts. They'll take a time to get away from Lincolnshire through the afternoon, and then some dry weather appearing across many parts of the British Isles until this next band of weather here lurks its way in from the south and west, driving its way up through Northern Ireland into the Scottish borders by dusk tonight, and then through into the north of Scotland later on tonight. And there, Monday's wet, not only wet weather, but also windy weather moving into the southern half of the British Isles as we move on through the day on Monday. Some of those gusts could well touch 50 miles an hour, particularly along the exposed Channel coastal fringes. The direction for the first half of the week, certainly mild, coming in from the south, but notice by midweek we start to pull in something slightly colder than that across just about Scotland, really, with the rest of the British Isles staying on the mild side. So Monday, that wet and windy weather spilling in from the south, eventually getting up towards the borders of Scotland into Northern Ireland as we close out the day. Further north, well, today's wet weather appearing in the southwest, lurking there across the north of Scotland, where I think it will stay during the body of Tuesday. But just notice that the temperatures begin to fall away in the north there as we get into the middle part of the week. Further south, more pulses of wet weather getting in across the south, and notice those temperatures well above the seasonal average at 13 or 14. By the middle of the week, well, we've got the zones pretty well established. Cold up in the north, the differential zone there, just keeping the mild air towards the south, and then just notice more fronts close by southern counties of both England and Wales. So I think we'll establish that pattern. Pretty wet across the south, but mild. Something slightly drier across the middle, away from those fronts. And then in the north, watch out for the nighttime frosts. As those cold airs begin to sink in across Scotland, you see they become a feature from middle part of the week right on through towards next weekend as well. So Wednesday, we keep it pretty mild in the south, but very cloudy. Something slightly drier across the North Midlands, the north of England. Notice how those temperatures really fall away, though, across Scotland. And don't be too at all surprised if you see some wintry showers or some more persistent sleet and snow across the higher ground in central parts of Scotland. And then through Thursday and Friday, not a great deal of change. Keep those zones in mind. And, of course, so much more on the website.